Well, hi, friends, and welcome to NC Family's weekly update for the week ending April 19th. Well, the temperature is starting to rise, and that usually signals that the North Carolina legislature is in town. In fact, state lawmakers will return next week on Wednesday, April 24th, to reconvene for the start of the 2024 short legislative session. We'll see how short it is. A major focus of this second year of the legislative biennium will be fine-tuning the state budget, but there are a number of other key issues that we expect to be on the agenda. Of course, a couple of holdover issues from last year that we've been consistently discussing are proposals to legalize commercial gambling casinos and also tens of thousands of video lottery terminals across the state, as well as the legalization of marijuana for medical purposes. We say medical in quotes. We were able to fend these efforts off last year, in large part due to the involvement of citizens across North Carolina like you expressing your opposition to your legislators. Well, friends, your voices really made a big difference. So thank you for taking action. As lawmakers prepare to return to Raleigh, it would be most helpful for them to hear from you again. We have alerts on both of these issues on NC Family's Action Center, which is linked to below this video. Even if you contacted your state House and Senate members last year, and thank you again for those who did, we urge you to go ahead and do it again. They need to hear from you, and they need to hear from you now before the session starts so that it's very clear that they understand that their constituents oppose these gambling and drug legalization proposals. We've also been talking a lot recently about North Carolina's Opportunity Scholarship Program and how the General Assembly significantly expanded eligibility, making this school choice program available to all K-12 students in North Carolina, provided, of course, that funding exists. Well, while lawmakers also appropriated additional funding for opportunity scholarships, it was not nearly enough to meet the huge demand that has come about earlier this year. So House Speaker Tim Moore actually announced this week that he will be urging the legislature to increase funding for opportunity scholarships in this next fiscal year by $300 million, which should cover most, if not all, of those who applied but were not granted opportunity scholarships. So we're really excited about that. Interestingly, one of the factors that will make this funding expansion possible is another announcement made by the Speaker on Thursday that the state's latest revenue forecast anticipates a state budget surplus of $1.4 billion. Let me say that again, a $1.4 billion surplus. That is absolutely huge, especially considering that North Carolina's current annual budget is in the $30 billion range. So this is a huge surplus that's going to provide the legislature opportunities to do a variety of things we certainly anticipate. And finally, earlier this week, we published a story about tianeptine, which is often referred to as gas station heroin. This drug is currently available in North Carolina in convenience stores, gas station, and vape shops, is unregulated, and has no age restriction for purchase. The FDA has published warnings about tianeptine because it has been linked to seizures, loss of consciousness, and even death. Earlier this week, the State House Select Committee on Substance Abuse voted to present a bill to the full General Assembly when it reconvenes to classify tianeptine as a controlled substance in order to essentially get it off the streets. If you want to learn more about this, there is a link to our article below the video. And finally, NC Family's annual Raleigh Dinner is coming up on May the 16th at the Angus Barn Pavilion in Raleigh. Our keynote speaker is Katie Faust, who is founder and president of Them Before Us, an organization that seeks to honor and protect human dignity, especially as it relates to our children. Katie is literally an international leader in this area, and her message is one you don't want to miss. Registration for table and event sponsors is now open, so please click on the link below the video for the Raleigh Dinner to learn more and to sign up as a sponsor of this really exciting event. Well, I think that's all for this week. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support and your prayers and your involvement. and we will see you next week. God bless you.